Come in.
I'd like to call to order the school committee meeting of September 8th, 2025 at 6 p.m. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Kathleen Amaral.
Here.
John Nunes.
Yep.
Mary Beckwith.
Here.
Chris Oliver. Bess Coughlin.
Here. Just to let you all know, this meeting is being recorded. It will be rebroadcast on DCTV and can be streamed on their YouTube channel at any time. We now have set aside 10 minutes for public comment from the audience on any topic of this evening's agenda, and we have allowed 10 minutes for this. If you are interested in speaking, please approach the mic and state your name and keep your comments to 3 minutes. Okay, I think we'll move on to approval of the minutes for regular minutes of September 8th. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
It's moved by Mr. Nunes, second by Ms. Amaral. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So 4 in favor, 1 absent. And for the executive session minutes?
So moved, Madam Chair, with the stipulation that they be held until the matter for which they were intended is completed.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Nunes, second by Ms. Beckwith. All in favor?
Aye.
That's 4 in favor. And we now are going to move into the consent agendas, which we were all set, or all sent. And let's vote on the fundraising requests first, which are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
1, 2,
first
3, 4.
things. Anyway, the Potter PTO, Quinn PTO, DeMello PTO, DHS PTO. Let's, do I hear a motion to approve them?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Nunes, second by Ms. Beckwith. Is there any comments of any of the fundraising proposals? All in favor?
Good luck.
Aye.
Aye.
4 in favor. Passes. And then we have DHS music program. Always exciting. Ms. Saban McGuire?
Yes. So I see Marielle is here this evening, and I don't want to put you on the spot, but if you wanted to come up and talk about the trip that you're taking to New, I have all the information in front of me, so you don't have to, but yeah, come on up, because I think it's really exciting. Yep, right up to the microphone.
Hi there. My name is Mariel Kripkala. I am the band and choir director here at Dartmouth Public Schools, or Dartmouth High School is where I'm based out of. The motion on the table, is that the proper terminology? Awesome.
Yes.
The motion on the table is our finals trip down to New Jersey. We take the high school marching band. We are a competitive band. We take them down to MetLife Stadium in New Jersey to compete in our regional finals. Right now, I think we'll probably be going against 10 other bands in our division. It's a wonderful experience for the students to be in the audience for some highly competitive ensembles, and as well as compete themselves. They learn how to push themselves. They learn how to be respectful audiences. All of that. They learn what goes into the preparation for such a high stakes performance. We had our first competition this past Saturday. It went extremely well. We ended up with a second place ranking, only second to King Philip. We ended with an 82.8 in our scoring, and we won the captions of percussion, color guard, and visual. So we'll be heading down to New Jersey for November 8th. That's our finals competition. And then on the way back, we decided to kind of treat them with a little bit more of a well-rounded experience. We'll be heading into New York to watch the Harry Potter musical, which will be super fun. And we'll also be sightseeing a little bit for the Statue of Liberty. We'll kind of get to be tourists for a day on our way back to say thank you to our students for representing our school department well and for their hard work throughout the whole season.
Great.
That's what I have.
Great. Any questions? So did we have a motion?
No. Make a motion, we approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Noon, second by Ms. Amaral. All in favor?
Aye.
So we're excited about that trip, so thank you, Muriel. I know. You even have Dave and Buster's in there on the first day. I saw that. Yeah, that's an exciting couple days.
Yeah. They're always impressive. So, superintendent's update.
Yes, superintendent's report. So under teaching and learning, you may be aware, if you've caught any of the news this afternoon, that MCAS results have become public today. I was invited to Dartmouth, but I was invited to Arlington this morning, so that was a fun ride there and back. But we were invited by the commissioner's office because Dartmouth was one of 63 districts across the state to be invited because we, in mathematics, our students in grades 3 through 8 have returned to what they're framing as pre-pandemic levels of achievement. And so that was something that I thought was worthwhile to travel, to be recognized, or to have the district recognized in that way. It's our goal, of course, not only to return to pre-pandemic levels of achievement, but to actually surpass pre-pandemic levels of achievement. And we certainly look forward to being able to be one of the districts next year that has also returned to pre-pandemic levels of its student achievement in English language arts. But we're really pleased, and overall, we'll be giving a more in-depth presentation to the committee, probably in early November. But we're really pleased to see that in many cases, Dartmouth has met or exceeded the state average, and so we'll be sharing that detailed information with you. We really only got the final MCAS results this past Friday and weren't able to talk about them publicly until this afternoon. So we're excited about that, and we want to, again, just take a minute to applaud certainly our students, but our faculty and admin teams who have done such great work. And one of, I think, the things that I recognized coming into Dartmouth right away was how hard you worked as a committee, as a community, as a teachers union to get kids back in school as soon as you could. And I think you're seeing that that is paying off in terms of their achievement right now across the state, because not everybody had the kids back in school as quickly as you did in Dartmouth. So I commend you for that. So congratulations to everybody, and really it takes a lot of different folks who have contributed to making that happen. The launch of CKLA is officially underway. You've been hearing about it for 2 years, right? We've been working really hard on making sure that the literacy resource that we brought to the district was one of high quality, that our teachers were invested in. And I thank Katie Paveo and the team of folks. I see many people who were really invested in making sure that that happened in a way that our teachers felt like they had a voice in bringing that resource to the district. We've been out in classrooms. We've gotten a chance to see it in use with both teachers and with our students just this past week. Friday, I was at the Quinn School, and I came in just in time to see a performance of Reader's Theater, which was closely aligned with CKLA, and watching little third graders. I think they were third graders. Oh, they were second graders, who were up on stage really performing, but it was more about how clearly you could see speaking, listening, and public presentation skills, all of those things that are so closely aligned with the state standards. And that's really where the work is. So sometimes we get caught up in talking about the state standards as if they are sort of a punishment, but really when you see our students, our teachers, our students invested in this work in that way, you see that we actually are looking at our students learning in a way that does bring joy to what learning is supposed to be about. And I was really excited to just happen upon that this past Friday. I did miss the PBIS volleyball game, but I heard that went well. As you know, again, those are things that we highlight because of the staff investment and involvement with one another, and really just enjoying themselves in front of the students. And how important is that for our students to be able to see how the staff work together and even have fun together, and that they brought them into that opportunity, that experience. And there's lots of hooping and hollering that goes on in the gym. But I have to say, I'm really impressed with the competitiveness of the Quinn School staff and their willingness to put on T-shirts and get out there and play volleyball. Just some of the things that I want to highlight, too, about CKLA is that we've been very invested in the training, the professional learning that comes along with implementing a new resource. It is what we refer to in our business as it's a heavy lift to introduce a new curriculum into a school district, and our teachers are really working hard at it. And it's our responsibility to make sure that we're providing them with the kind of ongoing professional development that supports them as they implement things that are completely not only new to the students, but new to them as well. And I thank them for that. Mrs. Paveo will be doing, again, an more in-depth overview of the process that we used and talking a little bit more about the components of CKLA. But we're really excited about it, and we're getting really strong, good feedback. We also have our elementary curriculum teams up and running. Again, no small feat. We're just about to start October, and we have a good number of faculty across the district who have stepped forward to serve, and this kind of commitment is important in paying attention to what our strategic priorities are and in making sure that we have teachers at the table, because as we talk all the time, our teachers are the ones who are out there enacting what those strategic initiatives are. So we're really pleased with that. We have 55 educators who are currently serving on our ELA, math, social studies, science, and pre-K teams. Again, really great work that Mrs. Paveo has committed to, and we appreciate all the folks that are, remember, this is outside of their regular school day for the most part, and so it's a commitment by our educators. As far as budget and capital improvement, I think we're up to date. Do you have anything, Mr. Kiley?
Just one quick update. So the Capital Improvement Planning Committee, we found that they supported some of our requests for the October 21st town meeting. We had spoken about what we were requesting previously, but we've received word that they've supported technology hardware replacement for $200,000, security upgrades for $285,000, high school roof replacement for $250,000, flooring replacement for $100,000, which was not all that we had requested $200,000, but they supported $100,000. Playground improvements at the elementary schools, they are recommending $100,000. We had requested $250,000. So just to follow up and refresh the projects that weren't recommended, that were on our list of current requests, were the high school track reconstruction, the HVAC repairs, the school bus, and the Dartmouth Memorial Stadium renovations. So we still have some work to do. There's a lot still on our list, but there were several projects that were recommended by the Capital Improvement Planning Committee, and we appreciate that.
Great. Thank you. So under HR, I do want to mention that I had the opportunity to meet with the new HR director for the town of Dartmouth, Sue Cunningham, and we have begun to talk about ways in which we may be able to partner with this office. I think one of the strengths that Sue brings to Dartmouth is that she comes from a school department background, so she does understand some of the intricacies of a school department as opposed to a town, not that we're not a town department, but there are some real differences in the way that we operate. And so we're going to continue to have conversations and see if there are things that we can share the responsibilities for. As far as positions, not much has changed since the last school committee meeting. We still have 2 special education positions at Dartmouth High School. Those are the most critical positions really out there that we have to fill. And equally, I should say, is, ESP, LPN, We have a position over in the Atlas program for an ESP. We have a security monitor still at Dartmouth High School. We have some advisor positions that are stipended positions that I would mention. We do have a database systems technician that we're bringing on board, so we're excited about that. That's actually tomorrow.
Coming in 2 weeks.
Oh, 2 weeks, great. So we're excited about that. And then food service worker and positions that we're filling that are related to parental leaves. So those are the kinds of job ads that you'll see either coming out, or at times what we'll do is we re-advertise, because we want those positions to rise back to the top of the list for job searches. So that's been important. As far as family and community engagement, I would mention, because I don't think we talked about this last time, tell me if I'm repeating myself, but Katie Paveo and I did meet with Dina St. Pierre, the director of the library. It was the first time that I was in the Southworth Library, and I have to say, it just felt so, like, it just brings back memories of how much I loved being in a library. And that library is certainly an oldie but a goodie, and boy, does it is really well resourced. And so a plug for folks that don't have a library card, you should go and get one, because there are so many resources available there. And then the other piece of it that's important to us as a school district is that, and we talked about this last year, but we want to extend, we have partnered with the library. They've been very good to us. We have strong partnerships at both the Cushman and the Potter schools, but we want to make sure that we are working with the DeMello and the Quinn schools to make sure that we're offering an opportunity that is a structured and systemic opportunity for us to get kids to the library and to make sure that they have library cards. So we've identified a couple of grade levels that we're going to start with, and we're hoping to do that this spring. So you'll be hearing more about that. But again, I go back just for a minute to the library. It really is a beauty. I've been to the North Library, which is the newer one, but the older one, obviously, it has so many resources in it. And I think Gina told us that they had more DVDs than any library in the area. So don't get rid of your DVD players. All the movies are there. Under safe and supportive schools, I want to thank Kim Redlawn. I've mentioned before, but she has convened the district crisis team, and you're going to be hearing from her over the course of the year at one of our meetings. But then, as I've said, this is a renewed commitment for us, and it's not that we haven't paid attention here in Dartmouth to safety and security, because I see the attention that's paid to it when I read emails every morning that are going out from the administrative teams to the staff in every school here. But what we're looking to do is, again, systematize things, and she's really stepped in there and is working with local law enforcement, federal law enforcement. You had asked us to provide you an update as far as the Homeland Security, what we call it, they toured our buildings, they did an analysis of our systems, and they've provided us some reports, and we will be providing the committee with that information, but that will be in executive session. And I think that's coming up at our next meeting. I do want to say we don't yet have a student representative, but we will. We have two who have agreed to come on board, but because they're not here yet, I think I stole from Mr. Christofouli's Monday Minute just to give the kids a shout out. The girls volleyball continues to do really well. They had 2 impressive wins. They beat North Quincy and conference rival Barnstable, which is a big deal. Girls soccer is doing very well. They are even their record, and they are going to be celebrating their seniors this Thursday. Football remains undefeated. They're 4-0. We're excited about that, and the team is going to host Apponequet this Friday night. And as far as sportsmanship, I had to highlight this because we love to lift up our students, but the football captain, Owen Shirtliff, Shirtleff, who was apparently at the hospital for an injury during the game, and an old Rochester student was there too. They were playing each other, and he went to check on his opponent's well-being. And the mom of that student sent an email to Coach White talking about, or just expressing his thoughtful gesture. So those are the kinds of things we want to make sure that we continue to celebrate. And that student does represent Dartmouth students very well. That's what I've come to know about Dartmouth students. So that's my report for this evening.
Ms. Beckwith.
We didn't do that, huh? Okay. Madam Chair, I'll make a motion that we nominate Mary Beckwith to be our delegate at the 80th Annual MASC Mass Joint Conference on November 14th.
Second.
So that's a motion by Mr. Noon, second by Ms. Amaral. All in favor?
Vote on that?
No, you can abstain, or you
Okay,
can
I'll
vote for
abstain.
yourself. We'll say 4 yes,
Oh,
1
for-
abstention,
3 yes, 1 abstention.
or three yes, 1 abstention. I'm good at math,
Yeah.
unlike our,
So I'll submit the form for
yes,
us? Okay.
that's what we needed to do. And then also at our last meeting, we had discussed looking at the resolutions.
We're not gonna have time.
I have to admit, I've only read the first 3 out of 6.
Okay, you know what? Let's wait till next week, or not, yeah, it is, actually
Yeah,
is next week.
That's
I
fine, yeah.
think that's
Because
fine.
I glanced at them, I'll be honest with you, I've got them, I printed them out. After you and I talked, I
Nope.
printed them out.
I don't
so-
think that we should waste everyone's time if we aren't fully prepared for that, but that's absolutely
Sorry
minor.
about that.
Yeah, we'll have plenty of time
Yeah,
prior
we
to
have plenty
that.
of time.
Yeah. Not being rude, but Ms. Can we put that on the agenda?
Yeah,
So
I
that way,
should've-
because that way,
Then it'll
ring a bell.
Trigger.
it will be
Yeah.
on the agenda. Okay. Mr. News, did you have anything to
Yeah, I
add,
got-
or did somebody steal your thunder?
No, somebody stole my thunder on one thing, but that's absolutely fine. I have, you know me, doesn't bother me in the least. But seriously, going back to the superintendent's report, when she talked about the MCAS results and everything else, I think that just shows what the committee and administration did when COVID was here, and we went 1 in, 1 out. You know, it was like students went Monday, some students went Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then Tuesday, that type of deal, versus some districts that went, you know, everybody went, you know, there was some groups that went all week and then they were off a week. It was almost like a vacation type of deal
Right.
in that. So, you know, I think that has come back to pay strong dividends with our students and our test scores and such. And the only other thing I have, and I know I talked about it a little bit, I got a little bit more information, but not much. I talked about our home show on, our Dartmouth High School Band home show on October 25th. It starts at 3 o'clock. Gates will open at 2. And right now, we have 18 bands. So I'm not sure how they're gonna section it off and do it type of deal. Hopefully I'll have more information next Monday, type of deal as to how this is going to work. So, and we'll go at it that way, but, you know, in all seriousness, UMass Dartmouth signed in this past week.
Oh.
So we're gonna have the UMass Dartmouth band, so it's gonna be a long day. We've got a football game Friday night, that on Saturday. It'll be a long weekend, but it'll be a lot of fun. You know, great opportunity for people to come out and see our students
Shine.
and shine, and, you know, students from area schools. So, that's all I have, Madam Chair.
Terrific. Anybody else? All right, we're going to be in time for our next meeting. So the next scheduled meeting for the school committee is currently for Monday, October 6th, 2025 at 6 in the DHS Library Media Center. A motion to adjourn to joint session with the select board?
So moved.
Second.
All right, motion by Ms. Beckwith, seconded by,
Me.
yeah, you. Mr. Nunes. Roll call, please,
No,
Miss.
just a regular.
Oh, it's just
Just a
regular?
regular vote.
Okay,
Regular vote.
all right, all in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
that's it.